Welcome back to Animated Times. I'm Joe Todd, counting down the top 10 Rick and Morty episodes. Rick and Morty is an American adult animated science fiction sitcom created by Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. The animated series featured on Cartoon Network's late-night programming block, Adult Swim. Rick and Morty Season 4 premiere just took place, which means adventurers are awaiting our arrival. However, Season 3 just wrapped up 2 years ago, which means it's been a long time. But that has allowed us to revisit all the previous episodes. Rick and Morty have given us the most entertaining episodes of all time, although there are specific episodes that are a little extra that have made it to the top 10. Season 4 is going to feature 10 episodes, which will be divided into 2 parts. The first episode, Edge of Tomorty, Rick Die, Rick Repeat, kicked off on November 10th. The episode titles, such as One Crew Over the Crew-Coos, Morty and Rattlestar, Rick Lactica, totally showcases the creator's love for pop culture puns. Not to keep anyone waiting any further, here is the list, top 10 Rick and Morty episodes to date. Number 10, Lawnmower Dog. This is the second episode of Rick and Morty Season 1, which aired on December 9th, 2013. By now, it is crystal clear that Rick does have a thing for inventions. Following his departure, the other members of the Smith family have to look after those genius inventions. Since when does taking up responsibility for someone else's things honor you with an award? To begin with, the device spirals out of the family control and enhances the intelligence of the family dog, Snowball. If this isn't another cats versus dogs scenario, except the dogs are trying to take over the world. Turns out Rick and Morty are having a fabulous time experimenting with another one of Rick's genius gadgets, which allows them to enter other people's dreams. There is something known as personal space kiddos. They want Morty's math teacher to give him better grades, but soon get tangled in a series of dream worlds. The weird encounter with Scary Terry is hilarious, and they turn him into an ally. The episode concludes with a bittersweet ending as Snowball departs from Earth. Scary Terry, although weird, is a fantastic character who doesn't make a comeback. Creators should think about bringing in a new character to stir up things. Number 9, Rick Potion Number 9. Season 1's Episode 6 introduces us to Marty's crush, a pretty gal named Jessica. Now we all know what it is like to have a crush, but things quickly go south when Rick decides to give Morty a love potion. As if Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream didn't issue enough warning against love potions. Well, the good thing is, Morty didn't fall in love with a donkey as the potion's side effect, but the character did face a dilemma with love potion reacting badly when it mixes with the flu. The infection somehow spreads around the globe within minutes. Well, I take it back. Morty is better off falling head over heels in love with a donkey than being chased by thirsty zombies. But it isn't just zombies. Things get worse as Rick tries to mend things as later on, praying mantis mutants and hulking monsters, dubbed Chronobergs, chase Morty. Since the pair finally realize that their reality is beyond repair, they teleport themselves to reality before the outbreak. The reality turns out to be where Rick and Morty blow themselves up in an accident, right before the arrival of the Rick and Morty from the main timeline. The duo then assumes their roles in a new but identical world. This switch is later on used for multiple plots, especially when the pair needs a portal gun, which leads them to dig up their grandpa's grave. But the episode highlights the show is a massive deal with infinite possibilities. Number 8, Close Rick Encounters of the Rick Kind. Season 1's 10th episode holds great significance as it introduces us to the Citadel of Ricks. It is the secret intergalactic hub for Ricks, whereby they not only have a conflict with the Authority, but also with themselves and the attendant Mortys. Rick explains it as, the place is who's of you and me. Well, Ricky, you do love complications, don't you? Rick and Morty are dragged before the Council of Ricks, and their various hairstyles, where Rick is accused of murdering other Ricks across multiple timelines. Rick, you cold-blooded murderer. That doesn't sound right. Why would Rick kill himself in different schedules? Well, Detective Nancy Drew will solve this one. Turns out it's a frame-up. Ha! I knew Rick wasn't capable of hurting anyone. The duo, however, escapes after an amazing cross-portal chase scene. Well, if Citadel of Ricks doesn't sound too complicated, try understanding a variety of intensely bizarre dimensions. These include various combinations of phones, chairs, and pizzas through which the duo passes. Luckily, the pair find the real Rick behind all the murders. But the big revelation comes in the form of evil Rick, being controlled by Morty hiding the transmitter behind an eye patch. Though Rick's name is cleared, it doesn't necessarily guarantee the eye patch Morty's disappearance. I smell some future trouble. Number 7. Morty Knight Run. Rick and Morty Season 2, Episode 2 showcases Morty learning to fly Rick's spacecraft when the duo realizes that Jerry has been stowed away. Jerry is dropped off at Jerry Bory, which is a daycare filled with Jerrys. Their favorite pastime is fiddling with the TV and exclaiming, "I know right," at each other. If only our lives were that easy. Further, the episode shows us Morty frees up a gaseous, telepathic blob nicknamed Fart, at the cost of lives lost along the way. Later, our clown of a friend realizes that Fart's aim to cleanse the galaxy of carbon-based life forms, which includes humans. Oopsies! Morty did screw up this once. There are many humorous instances highlighted in this episode, such as Rick's favorite VR game, Blips and Chit's Casino, Mundane Roy, Peekaboo at Home System, and Revolio, Clockwork Jr., the nuances of Jerry Bory, and the kaleidoscope mini music videos that unwind when Fart breaks into song. Morty Knight Run has its unique take on the world, showcasing different scenarios. Number 6. Total Rickall. Rick and Morty's world is enormous, as shown throughout Season 2, but the unique part about Total Rickall is that it takes place entirely in the Smith house. Who doesn't love some family drama, right? The family battles against an alien parasite who creates false memories. Talk about fabricating lies in someone's mind. This also leads to our unbeatable Rick getting influenced by creatures thinking they are his beloved, lifelong friends. But then Morty to the rescue, who figures out how to find out what's real from the false fabrications. Turns out if you have a terrible memory of them, the house turns into an alien parasite bloodbath. Talk about ew. But the hilarious part is how everyone believes the lies via the fake flashbacks. Mr. Beauregard is a butler dresses in drag accompanying Morty to a school dance. Mrs. Refrigerator is a giant living refrigerator with a love for roller coasters. There are many surreal incarcerations throughout the series, which makes this episode our pick for the top 10. Number 5. Interdimensional Cable 2, Tempting Fate. This Season 2 episode highlights our beloved Smith family waiting room of an alien hospital, while Jerry gets an emergency surgery. The plot showcases a reluctant Jerry who doesn't wish to donate his penis to save an intergalactic civil rights hero. The episode highlight is Werner Herzog, featuring as legendary voice cameo for Rick and Morty. But the alien TV programming and commercials are the real stars of the episode. Those similar ideas have showcased previously in Season 1, Episode 8 called Rixie Minutes, and Season 3, Episode 8 called Morty's Mind Blowers. But Interdimensional Cable 2, Tempting Fate, did have more fun with the idea. Number 4. The Rick Shank Redemption. The episode is the root cause of the whole McDonald's Szechuan sauce debacle. The Season 3 Episode 1 showcased the Galactic Federation agent is demanding answers from poor Rick regarding interdimensional travel. Somehow, the Galactic Federation assumes control of Earth. Talk about an alien invasion. But this gloomy situation helps Jerry, who has a job, seem happier than ever. To rescue Rick and go back to living her everyday life, Summer digs up a backyard grave shown in Rick Potion number 9. Morty tries to deviate her by persuading her not to rescue a guy willing to abandon his family. But their loyalty is soon proven when the duo is whisked to Citadel of Rick's reuniting with the clever Rick, the only person who is capable of exterminating the Council of Ricks and the Galactic Federation. So many things go down in one episode, which makes us wonder, is watching it once even enough? Number 3. Rickmancing the Stone. Season 3, Episode 2, Rickmancing the Stone, highlights the adventures of Rick, Summer, and Morty, whereby they visit a post-apocalyptic world. Summer does end up finding a brief summer fling with a Deathstalker, and Morty with a magic arm that helps him dominate the Blood Dome. But the most notable highlight of the episode is Summer and Morty's coping mechanism towards their parents' impending divorce. Well, tough times call for tough people. However, one trip to the post-apocalyptic world does not heal the wounds. Both kids are still acting out, as shown in the next episode. Pickle Rick. However, Rick Mancing the Stone is to date one of Rick and Morty's best examples of showing how the Smith family tackles everyday life situations. You have to learn to get up whenever you fall. Number 2, The Rick Lantis Mix Up. Season 3, Episode 7, The Rick Lantis Mix Up sends Rick and Morty on a journey to Atlantis, which isn't shown. Well, this is a journey to the mysterious island. Not. The episode quickly shifts the attention to the Citadel of Ricks, where we get a close-up look of Citadel life for Ricks and Mortys. But the exciting plot is shown when there is a first presidential election for the new democratic society. What is hilarious is the fact that candidates include a variety of Ricks and the steadfast Morty. However, within the election, the Ricks are conflicting amongst themselves. This lets the eloquent Morty to get elected. But in an exciting turn of events, President Morty is the crazy smart Morty, who was controlling his murderous Rick from beneath his eye patch. Oh, how the tables have turned. And finally, number 1, The Rock Turian Morty Date. Season 3, Episode 10, also the final episode of Season 3, sees Rick and Morty's reunion with President Keith David. The president has called them to solve the issue of an alien interloper. The uninvited guest has taken up some space in the Kennedy sex tunnels beneath the White House, but the duo is tired of President's silly invitations and decide to blow him off for playing Minecraft. But keeping aside the controversies, the situation at the Smith house makes the episode interesting. Beth has a revelation that she may be a clone and rushes back to Jerry for help. And we all know what happens with the damsel in distress, right? So she falls for Jerry again, and there is a family reunion. The only one who seems unhappy with the reunion is Rick, who exclaims, "Nobody gets it. Nothing you think matters matters. This isn't special. This isn't happening infinite times across infinite realities. Oh, Ricky, you know you love them." Alright, that's been another Top 10 with Joe Todd on Animated Times. We'll see you next time.